Hi, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. My name is FM Jellico, and you're watching the Refuge Challenge, Episode 15, with Enfield Town FC. Well, we've kept up our non-losing streak with a 3-1 victory against Dartford at home. Ashton had a 38th minute goal, Dawson had a penalty shot, Rawson scored about a minute later off an intercepted pass that was very nice. Alfie Pavey got Dartford on the board early, but that was about their only success. We overmatched them this game. 17 shots, 12 on target, 55% possession advantage. If you look at the team analysis, we're doing a really good job of keeping our shape. We're doing a really good job of being active on the wings and feeding the ball into the box, into the guys in the center. Greeny had a very good game for us. Ricardo Thompson did not. His form has been very up and down lately, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I mean, okay, yeah, it says this is a 6-7. This was a 7. This was a 7. This was a 6-8. And this last one was a 6, but I'm noticing him more for the stuff he's not doing than for the stuff he is. I don't know if that's because it's something I'm paying attention to more, but he's still a solid player. He's just making a lot more mistakes lately, and I'm not sure why. But today we are at home against Harrowborough in our FA Cup third qualifying round, and we are going away to Braintree. I am going to set the roster for the Harrowborough game, and then we will be We are playing our 3-4-3 with Dauber in goal, Joseph, Upton, and Wakely as the defensive back three, Greeny, Ray, Dawson, and Odom as the midfield four, with Ashton, Rawson, and Greenbirch as our strikers. On our bench, we have Hunt, DaCosta, Clayton, Benbow, Lewis, Monlewis, and Thompson. Harrowborough is playing a 4-3-3 with Minter in goal, Uwade, Davis Coker, Preddy, and Uja as their defensive back four, McLeod as the defensive midfielder, Cumberbatch and Poulton as the midfield duo, Banya and Roberts as the attacking midfield wingers, and Stanislaus as their striker. And on their bench, they have Beagle, Turrell, Testelin, O'Connor, Moore, Kane, and Passage. So, before this kicks off here, last episode I mentioned that I didn't have the players to play the top three like I wanted, and I realized afterwards that sounded a bit confusing because I have a goodly amount of strikers. The problem is Moore plays a defensive forward, and he plays it really, really well, and it's really kind of the key for this tactic working because he's able to sit deep, he's able to pass the ball well, he puts pressure on the back line. He's a very good distributor of the ball. So Ashton is supposed to be my poacher, and Greenbirch as my advanced forward get all the opportunities they need. The problem is with Moore out, I really don't have anybody who can play defensive forward really well. The rest of my strikers are all attackers. I have a youth player who plays target man, but he's 17 years old and would probably be outmatched. And frankly, an FA Cup game is not where I want to throw him to the fire. So for this game, we are playing Rawson in the middle as a deep lying forward on support. I think it's the best of what options I have available to me. I could play Benbow there, but between him and Rawson, it's kind of a, 6-5 and pick 'em sort of thing. So, but this is what we're going with. It's what we went with in our Dartmouth game. In our Dartmouth, it's what we went with at our Dartford game. So, and we were pretty successful there. 11 minutes in, we've had 4 shots on goal. Dawson with the corner kick in. Odom. Well, nice shot, but it was wide right. Uh, 20 minutes in, Ashton just got a yellow card. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Maybe pull him off at the half. Roberts with the ball for Harrowborough. McLeod. Dauber with a nice block. McLeod again. Deflected off Dauber and into the goal. Let's see what happened here, guys. Dauber knocked the ball away. Should have fallen on it. Preddy back to Minter for Harrowborough. He launches it forward to Stanislaus, but it's taken away by Wakely. But it's given right back to Harrowborough. Roberts on the right. Crosses it in. Banya off the woodwork. Banya again, but he loses it. Kicks it out. Dawson has it, and he is fouled. Come on, guys. Let's get something back before the half. Dauber launches it up, but it goes right to Harrowborough. Banya has it, being followed by Odom. Odom takes it away, but he loses it, gives it right back to Cumberbatch. Polton has it in the center, but he gives it away to Greeny, who's coming up the left. Kicks it forward to Rawson, just behind the line. Very nice. That was a very nice sequence for us. Here it is in the 3D. Greeny has it. Lost it forward. Rawson just breaks through, uses his quickness and pace, and just near post against the keeper. It was a very nice effort. I think we will take Ashton off the half. He's down on a 6-4, and he's already on a yellow. Can't afford to be a man down. We saw what happened last episode when you go a man down against a team who can give you a battle. I still can't believe I pulled that out, to be honest with you. Okay. Well, yeah, Tom, you can be upset, but you can be even more upset that I am pulling you off for Benbow, who plays a good poacher. He's just not very good with his left foot. Greenbirch is also weak. Rawson is reasonable. I wonder. Yeah, that'll work. We'll switch Benbow and Rawson out because Rawson's better with his left foot. I think anybody else has to come out. Not at this point. I'll have to keep an eye on Joseph. God, the back three are just not doing well. Upton to Joseph, who holds it, and then that's the highlight. I don't know why I commentate that. I should probably just take that out. 55 minutes in. Still not a lot going on. Dauber launches it forward to Greenbirch, who has it. Oh, very nice. It's hard to tell exactly what happened there in 2D. Does Dauber get the assist for that? Let's see what happens. Dauber hits a moonshot that lands right in front of... Oh, look at that first touch. Came right over his shoulder and he trapped it with his foot. Insane. Okay, you know what? It's 68 minutes in. We're going to take Upton out. Replace him with Hunt. Dawson with the free kick. Minter blocks it. Odom grabs the rebound, and that was quick. That ball ricocheted right off Minter, right at Odom. Let's see what happens here. Minter hands it away, but Odom breaks through and just... I don't know, that's odd. Goalies have been just odd this year. At least more so than in FM17, it seems. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with Football Manager, but sometimes they just do some stuff that's... At least you scratch in your head. Rawson launches it forward to Green Birch, who has it. He tries centering it in, but Polk knocks out for Harrowborough. Wakely to Ray, to Rawson. Sneaks by, but Greeny's there. Launches across. Oh, it's back in the box. Green Birch with the goal. I'd like to think I'm getting better at commentating, but sequences like that really don't help me. Oh, look at that. He volleyed it right off his left. Wakely to Rawson, who slipped behind. Green Birch again. Very nice. 5-1. I don't want to say we're a second half team exactly, but we've been scoring quite a bit in the second half lately. Davis Coker missed the header. Rawson took it, crossed it into Green Birch, who had his own header. He didn't miss that. Their keeper is having a horrible game, yet he's only on a 6-4. Odom with a free kick into the wall, and it bounces out. Dawson to Hunt, who launches it forward, but it goes right to Uade. But he gives it up to Odom, who takes a really long shot. I guess it was kind of sort of across, but it was right at Minter, who's just holding on the ball, killing time. And that's the whistle. 5-1. Lucas Green Birch with a hat trick. I think that's his second one of the season. Rawson with a 40th minute goal. Odom with a 74th minute goal. 16 shots, 10 on target. Slight possession disadvantage, but that was a very solid game for us. The one thing I didn't catch was the attendance. Let's see what happens there. $983. That's really good for us. And as you can see, our home attendances have been creeping up little by little. The 691 against Dartford was kind of a surprise. Dartford didn't bring that many. So as long as that keeps going up, I will be more than happy. So our next live comm is going to be Braintree. I'm going to play Boreham Wood and Truro City, and we will be back in a minute. Well, we didn't exactly get a favor here. Our opponent in the fourth round of the FA Cup is someone we know pretty well, Billericay Town, who were promoted last year to the Vanarama National. And the computer knows as well as I do, it's worth noting that Billericay Town have not lost to Enfield in our last 3 meetings. Should be a good game. We're a better team this year than we were last year. And Billericay is currently first in the national. So they're a better team than they were last year, too. Okay. Well, we will cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, I should also point out that our match against Truro was moved because of a conflict in their schedule. We're going to play them later in the season. Back in a second. It would come down to something like this. We are on an unbeaten run, and we're close to breaking the record of our unbeaten run. We've gone 15 matches undefeated. Going back to our last couple matches, after our victory at Harrowborough, we beat Boreham Wood 4-1. Lucas Green Birch And Luke Benbow with goals, Tom Ashton with a brace. Again, all in the second half. Shamar Moore put one back for Borum Wood. Away at Truro City, we had a clean sheet. Our first league clean sheet of the season. Luke Rawson had a goal. Lucas Greenbirch had a goal. This was a fairly rotated side. Mon Lewis started. DaCosta started. Benbow started. That's where we are. I know I said we were going to do Braintree next, but the Billericay Town FA 4th qualifying round match is 3 days before that, and it's televised. We haven't beaten them in 3 games. They're second in the Vanarama National League now instead of first. And we need a result. We can't draw against them. It's win or go home, I believe. So I'm going to set the roster, and we will get on with that game in a second. We are away at Billericay Town, and they are playing a 4-3-3 with Balcom in goal, Wood, Miller, Wilson, and White as their defensive back 4, DeMaio as the defensive midfielder, behind Backinson and Upson, who are the midfielders. Jones and Nemain are the wingers, and Byrne is their lone striker. On their bench, they have Legg, Foley, Edwards-John, York, Hamblin, Scott, and Scott. I don't think those guys are twins. We're playing our 3-4-3 with Dauber in goal, Wakely, Morrison, and Joseph as the defensive back 3, with Greeny, Ray, Dawson, Odom as the midfield 4, Ashton, Moore, and Greenbirch as the strikers. On our bench, we have Lewis, Mon Lewis, Clayton, Rawson, Thompson, DaCosta, and Benbow. A couple of notes. Montel Moore is coming off injury. He's good for about 75 minutes. Probably pull him out about 60 minutes or so, depending on how the game is going. Upton is out of the game, and he is not on the bench because I wanted my quicker defenders out there. Wakely, Morrison, and Joseph are my best, quickest central defenders. Kane Lewis is probably the fastest defender I have, but he's a natural left back. I'm training him as a center back, but he hasn't gotten a lot of games. So, frankly, he's kind of crap at the position right now. Thompson's not too bad, but he's in there in case I need to switch more than one of these 2 guys out. We are the underdogs. I would make us slight favorites. I enjoy these matches. They're fun. Billericay has the kickoff. So one thing I've noticed going back and looking at some of the past details from the other games, our defensive back 3 are solid, but they're getting beat by some quicker players. Usually when the midfielders are drawn out of position, Jones has the ball in to Byrne in the crowd, kicked out, but White has it for Billericay to Nemain on the right side of the box. Chased. Now he kicks it out to White. Odom intercepts, and he kicks it forward. Ashton has it on the left. Now he's dispossessed by Wilson, who sends it back to Balcom. Billericay building up from the back. Balcom has it again. He launches it forwards towards Byrne. Was headed away. Jones has it. Dauber with a nice save. Oh, Ray gave it up to Nemain. Jones has it. Past Dauber. Something did not look right about that. It almost looks like Morrison came off his man to protect the front part of the goal, and he Don't think he was supposed to do that. Let's get one back, guys. Now Billericay with a long pass. Jones into traffic. Knocked out back to Wood. Nemain slides another one past on the left. Yeah, see, Nemain was left all alone because the two guys in the center are crowding, and they shouldn't be. Burn across the field to Nemain. Joseph heads it back out, but it goes right back to Billericay. Jones has it, but it hits the outside of the goal. I have to check something out in the half. Nemain has it on the right side of the box, cuts across, crosses it in. Dawson tries to clear it, but he can't. Backinson has it into Miller, off the woodwork. I think someone was offsides. Falcon with the goal kick, sends it forward. Wakely has it, sends it up. Why did he stop? I don't know why this has suddenly come to my attention, but it's annoying is what it is. Byrne has it, sends it over to Maine. Bounces it off the woodwork again. Odom has it, launches it up to Green Birch, but it's an errant pass out of bounds. 2 shots, none on target. Central defender on cover, defensive center back on stop. Is that what's throwing him off? You know what, if we stick him back on defend. Let's see what happens there. Pep talk. You know what, we're gonna... On the kickoff, Green Birch. Odom has it on the right. Sends it in. There's a cross that exactly didn't cross. It went right to the keeper. Ray from the throw-in. Dawson back to Ray. Bounces off a Billericay player back to Ray, who sends it forward. Billericay intercepts. Sends it back up. Byrne has it. Sends it back over. Greeny intercepts the main. Ashton breaking through the crowd. Can he get a... Green Birch. Very nice. Nice cross by Ashton. Good job in beating his man. Greeny just lofts it forward. Ashton outruns his defender. Takes it down with the cross. Green Birch back post. You're not going to stop a lot of those. Billericay with the throw-in. Wood to Byrne. Off the woodwork. They've had 3 woodwork hits this game. Nemain with a free kick in the crowd. God. Byrne with the goal. 55 minutes in. You know what? Moore's going to come off for Rawson. Who's going to play target man on attack. Dawson got yellowed. I can't have him coming. DaCosta's going to come on for him. Come on, guys. Let's get it going. We're a second half team. We can come back from this. It bounced right off one of my players. Wakely with the ball. Centers it to Morrison, who sends it up to DaCosta. Over to Green Birch. Out to Odom on the right. Errant pass. He overruns it. Stopped it from going out of bounds. He should have just let it go out of bounds. Billericay's on the counter. Byrne breaks through the line. One-on-one with Dauber. And he skies it high. Small favors. Dauber with a goal kick towards Odom, but goes right to Billericay. Ray intercepts. Odom up to Green Birch. To Rawson. Now, should have centered it to Ashton. I can see why he took the shot, but he should have centered it to Ashton. Now, if we're not up. Now, Jones intercepts the throw-in up to Byrne. Long pass up to Nemain, who's beating his guy. Crosses it in. Jones. Goal. Let's go to the overload. I think Dauber should have had that. Then again, I'm probably just projecting. I think we should be giving Billericay a better game than this. 5 shots, 2 on target. They could easily have 2 or 3 more goals with the balls they've hit off the woodwork. Can we get one back? I hit the wrong button. Can we get one back, boys? Ray to Rawson. Oh, too slow. Balcom beat him to it. Balcom sends it up. Nemain breaking through again. Centers it in. Jones. Dauber with a nice block. DaCosta clears it. Now my shot goes off. Balcom with the goal kick again. Morrison kicks it. Can Ashton get there? Long cross. Rawson. Nice shot. 4-2. Let's at least make this a somewhat of a challenging game, guys. We've come back from further down before. Dauber with a goal kick out towards Green Birch, who has it, kind of directs it towards the center, but Billericay had it. Now Foley has it in space, and he miskicks that wide left. 7 minutes left. Billericay with the ball. Miller lofts it forward to Nemain, breaks through, crosses it in. Oh, cleared away. Can Green Birch get there? What's he doing pausing there? Come on. Backinson has it for Billericay. Slots it up to Jones, who's on the left. Crosses it into Byrne, who skies it. Billericay's had 23 shots. 5 minutes of extra time. Come on, guys. Byrne for Billericay. Sends it up to Jones, who breaks through the defensive line. Dauber. Well, it went wide left. Well, it would have been a difficult goal if he was going, and Rawson got injured. It's not what I needed exactly. DaCosta off the woodwork. It's a nice penalty kick from range. Balcom with the free kick. Game's going to end here fairly shortly. Wakely has it up to Ray, to Greeny, to Ashton. Long shot to Benbow. He takes the shot. He should have centered that. Come on, guys. That is annoying as hell. Not only is our win streak broken, we are out of the FA Cup. Yeah, Billericay was a better team, but they're not 14 shots better than us. Jones had a brace, Nemain had a goal, Byrne had a goal. I still can't get my team to agree with me. Rory DaCosta, what the hell? We're going to have to do something about this defensive back three. See how long Rawson's out. 3 weeks. That's okay. That's why we got Benbow on board. Worst comes to worst, we can always go to the 4-4-2. Right, we're slamming the team. Well, I went out and found a couple of young defensive center backs earlier to come in and bolster up the defensive line, but holy cow, Louis Lomas. Four-star current, five-star potential ability. Good heading, good marking, good tackling, acceleration, agility, good pace, decent decisions, okay determination, good positioning. Wow, he was at Norwich 2 years and never got onto the side. Let's compare him to Reagan Upton. Oh, he's completely better than Upton. Let's compare him to Wakely. Wakely's probably my best player at the moment on the defensive back line. Oh yeah, we are signing Louis Lomas right now. £240 a week. Can I get that down to 200? Give you a £750 sign-on bonus. And we'll boost your appearance fee up to 75. This is the other one I brought on board. Brooklyn Lions Foster. Three-star current, five-star potential as well. Plays the left, but he also plays the center. Good heading, good tackling, good decision making, good determination. He's got another 8 days. I want to see how some of these stats shake out. I saw his potential and brought him in on trial. He wasn't all that scouted when I decided to do that, but it's a trial. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But the other thing to look at is that £200 a week is going to put me over on the budget just a little bit. So I have to look through some of these players and see who is not making the cut. Mr. Lewis Morrison, and we'll go from there. That sticks out like a sore frickin' thumb. Unreal. Well, next match we will come back for Bath City, and then we will go away to Wealdstone. That loss against Billericay Town is going to hurt for a while. I think we should have done much better. Maybe 6 times out of 10 they beat us, but the game should have been a lot closer. On the plus side, looks like Louis Lomas is going to be a real find. He's going to get thrown into the fire right away, and I'm hoping he performs quickly. His ability suggests that he will. At the same time, his signing has put me over on the budget by a little bit, but at this level, even over by a little bit is enough to hurt you. So I'm going to have to sit down and take a look and see which players are contributing worth their value to the team. You know, honestly, if someone like Montreal Moore wasn't performing, I'd have to take a serious look at letting him go because his salary is enough that he has to be performing well. You know, at this level, that's why you sign players to such large salaries because you expect them to perform. And this year, Montel Morris performed. Letting Abi Obafemi go last season was well worth it because, yeah, he had some good performances, but more often than not, his bad performances just were shockingly bad. There wasn't a lot of middle ground in between, and I'm glad I let him go. I don't think we would have the 15-game unbeaten streak we have if Obafemi was on the team, to be honest with you. Well, that's another little bit of good news, I guess. The Billericay loss doesn't count against our league win streak. So I'm hoping against our next couple of opponents, we can pick back up where we left off before we met Billericay and keep the good times rolling again, stay at the top of the table, and not have to worry about a playoff fight to get into the National, where we could possibly be facing Billericay again. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm doing my best to get some more FM content up on a more regular basis. Questions, comments, criticisms, leave them down below. I do my best to answer each and every one of them. My name is F. Angelico, and I thank you for watching.